right, thanks so much. Alongside Kevin, Kelly, Elliot, and Jennifer. Oh boy, it's going to be a lot of fun. Game 1 on Monday night in Vegas, Montreal, and the Golden Knights. Let's start with you, Elliot, because there is a big question mark on the Habs blue line. Jeff Petry, could he be in or is he out?
The Canadiens haven't clarified at this point in time, but they're clearly preparing for the fact that he's going to play very early in the series. And the thing that really stood out was watching them practice on Sunday is the glove. Well, here's the injury, first of all, the photo hole. And we see this from time to time. It doesn't happen very often, but it got Petry there, and he was clearly bothered and left the game. There's the glove he's playing with, and I kind of wondered if he would tape together his ring finger and his pinky, and by the way that glove is set up, it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. I think there's a chance that the Golden Knights will notice this. You know, he's going to be a target, first of all, because he's a great player, but he's going to be a target because they know he's coming in wounded, and the Canadiens need him, though, against that aggressive Vegas forecheck and attack. They need Petry to be as good as he can be.
All right, Habs fans, you can send your angry emails to Elliot about exposing this
injury. I already get them.
And Montreal just 1 goal from their blue line so far in their 2 series wins. Kevin, let's get to you. Atmosphere, how could it impact this game?
Well, that's funny, Elliot, so I'm going to try to follow that somehow. But what nobody will not notice, double negative, is the atmosphere in Vegas. And for the majority of the season, the Canadian teams have played in front of no fans. And they slightly increased that during playoffs up to 2,500 last series, but this is 18,000, and 18,000 Vegas fans. And if you've never been in this building right now, before, this building along with Nashville are the 2 rowdiest buildings in the playoffs in the league right now. So for all these young forwards and skilled players that we talk about, Caulfield, Suzuki, KK, if Romanov's playing, it's easy to make plays in an empty arena, but what about when you're in this arena and you have these big mutants running around, throwing hits, being physical? Will those players that I just mentioned that have had such a factor and impact on the playoffs, will they be able to get anything done in Vegas? We'll see.
We will see. Montreal, a pretty good 5-1 so far on the road this postseason. When you look at the path these 2 teams have taken, Jennifer, I mean, it hasn't been an easy road for either of these teams to get here.
You're right, David. Both Montreal and Vegas have had to be resilient to get to this point. If you look at Montreal, they had to work hard till the end of the regular season to earn their playoff spot. And then if you look at their first round against Toronto, they had to be resilient. They had to come from behind. They get the beautiful overtime winner in Game 5. Then you look at Game 6, the chance and the opportunity, the young talent coming through. Kotkaniemi gets that winner. And then in Game 7, then they come through in the clutch and take that series. So they battled hard through that one. If you look at Vegas, they took their first round was 7 games. And then in Colorado, came from behind. They needed this overtime winner from Stone. And then in the deciding game, when Colorado actually scored first in that game, 23 seconds in, Vegas responded less than a minute later. It was Pietrangelo that got the series clinching goal. So these are 2 teams that have this high level of belief that they can be successful in any situation, which should create even more excitement and intensity with this series.
Yeah, I love this matchup. And Kevin alluded to it, Kelly. It's going to be not just the crazy atmosphere there at T-Mobile Arena, but the physicality should be great as well.
100%. I'm really looking forward to it because of the goaltending, because of the skill. But that's the one thing that these 2 coaches demand, that even if you're a skilled guy, you have to play with some physicality in your game. And it's everybody. And this is just something, it's not just the big defensemen on Montreal that we talked about. The forwards get involved, the defense, big hits. And you look at Vegas also, the same sort of thing. I mean, you could almost consider that Colorado-Vegas series violent at times. And I was really, really impressed with everybody. I mean, Tuck with that huge hit on McKinnon. We're going to see a lot of that starting tomorrow.
What a scene it promises to be Monday night on the Vegas Strip. And both teams come in red hot. Montreal